you don't really usually hear this from us, but we make fuck ups too.
Yep.
Whenever you start a business, 80 to 90% of your life is gonna be consumed with business. And if it's not, your business is gonna struggle. Only because the same way that you get better at going and play basketball, the same way that you get better at working out, the same way that you get better at playing the game, you gotta do that same thing with getting better at business. Losses turn into lessons. Lessons turn into blessings.
All right, what's good, everybody? Y'all know what it is. We are back sitting down in our new podcast setup. Hope y'all enjoying these videos right now. But this one is really going to be like no other. Because I know that a lot of times we get on these podcasts and on these videos, and we pretty much just share all the good stuff. Are we sharing what to do? We're sharing what we did that worked. We're not really sharing what we did that didn't work. We're not really sharing our failures. We're not really sharing, really how tough it is to do what we're doing. And what I mean by that is it take a lot of sacrifice. Like, it is times where, I love to hang with family, but we, doing events, we're traveling, missing calls. Like, I don't know how many times, I get calls, moms or dad, like, I called you such a many times. Either I missed it, ain't see it. And, a lot of those things also contribute to, you running your business that you don't really think about.
Yep.
So we want to talk about, the failures, the shortcomings, the hardships of what it's really like running a multi-million-dollar brand.
Yep.
Or getting started with your brand.
Yep. I always say this. Whenever you start a business, 80 to 90% of your life is going to be consumed with business. And if it's not, your business is going to struggle. Only because the same way that you get better at going and play basketball, the same way that you get better at working out, the same way that you get better at playing the game, right? You got to do that same thing with getting better at business. Two things that we heard when we was at a conference, it was the two things that you need to focus on building is skills and habits. So if 80% of your life isn't developing skills and creating new habits to be able to input into your business,
that's big.
You building a multi-million-dollar business is going to be hard because it's only 24 hours in a day. We talk about this all the time. It's 24 hours in a day. You sleep how many hours in a day? Ma, give me
8.
Sleep at least 8. Some people might sleep less. Some people might sleep more.
12
right?
For some of y'all.
Some of y'all that's watching this video might have a full-time job, right? And you trying to switch that job for your brand. So we take the 8 hours out. So we already down to 16 hours left, right? If you got a 9 to 5 or if you work an 8-hour shift, you take another 8 hours out, which leave you down to 8 hours remaining. You still need to take a shower. Yep. You still need to eat. Yep. You still need to do personal things. Let's go ahead and take another 4 hours off of that. You only got 4 hours left each of your day to work on your business.
Yep.
Right? And I'm sure sometimes it's super tough to spend 4 hours a day consistently on your business.
Yep.
And if you're not doing it, that's probably the exact reason why your business is not succeeding.
Yep. So
what I want you to understand is, like, this not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. Like Marlon said, it's so many times. I know there's going to be a whole spin. There's going to be a different kind of video right here because you don't really usually hear this from us, but we make fuck ups too.
Yep.
Right? That's like, I hope everybody wasn't, I hope y'all not, wasn't surprised at me saying that, but it's so many things that we messed up, like even this year with running our brand, that we know, man, we can't make those same mistakes, even though it's like we know it, and then we go out and we do something different, and then we like, damn, if we know that we wasn't supposed to do this, and we still went out and did what we wasn't supposed to do, and that's the reason why we got those results that we didn't want to get, right? So one thing, for instance, our brand, like if you don't know this by now, our brand is an affordable brand. Like, we sell affordable products. You can go to our website right now and get a hoodie for $20, $25, or $30. Anything higher than that, you may see a couple of items on there, but majority of our site is super, super affordable. Now, this year we experimented with trying to go high price, right? We tried to have $40 tees, $50 tees, $80 hoodies, and just trying out different higher price ranges.
And because I think it was like, we like, oh, people not going to be buying, recession coming at that time, and it seemed like it's a 1 year time span, but I feel like it was kind of still the effects from COVID, as when, you know, everything shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Prices of teas went from, you know, $1.30 to, you know, $3.
$3,
You know,
$4.
almost 2-3 times, and then in your mind you like, oh, if they charging me more,
You gotta charge.
we
the
gotta
customer
charge more.
Yep.
And in reality, we should have been just, you know, continuing to work on our relationships,
Mm-hmm.
continuing to getting more, because now if you get more, you still that one that has that price. And think about it, everybody did what
Doing
we
the
did.
same thing.
So everybody going backwards and
Yes,
not going forward.
yes,
So
yes.
the person that probably would have put the gas on it, they probably would have been even more, you know, comfortable or lenient with, you know, doing that, because not everybody was doing it. And we realize that now, because now that we switch back, you know, to going volume based, everything is. We was like, why do we ever switch it?
Why did
Because
we ever
nothing ever.
switch?
Actually, they buying more now, low price, than they was buying not affordable price. Let me not say low price, affordable price
Than
items
they ever was
than
before.
they ever was before,
because
because
they
of
are
a
more
recession.
tight with their
Yes.
money. Yeah.
So it's crazy. And then one that I had that, you know, and I put this fuck up on me, as in, like, you know, we lost, you know, $50,000 worth of, you know, capital inside of our business from not shipping out the orders properly.
Yep.
And what I mean by that is we have a system in place. We work on a system all day, but sometimes you can get comfortable with the things that you're doing,
Yep.
or even in a sense of, you know, you just starting your brand. You like, ooh, this worked for me, and you just automatically just assume that that's going to keep working every single time the way that you did it, especially when you start putting other people in place. So let's just say someone's working for you every single time, and now you inserted somebody else inside of that process,
And then you just
and
walk
maybe
away.
they don't have the info. They haven't been running the business for 5 years like you. They
Mm-hmm.
haven't been running the business for 10, 13 years like us. So they not going to know if this happened, then do this.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, not fully having everybody trained up, we were shipping out priority versus shipping out first class. So for those of you who don't know what that is, first class is going to be, you know, it doesn't, it's going to go anywhere from between 3 to 5 days or whatnot. Priority is going to be over 1 pound, and it's going to get to wherever it need to be within 2 days.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is we were shipping one shirt, which is only a few ounces, and basically charging ourselves as though we were shipping out a 1 pounded package, and we was basically 100%ing our shipping costs. And throughout, you know, letting that slide for 2 to 3 months, you know, we accumulated, you know, up to $50,000 worth of overpaying for shipping merchandise, and that could put some people out of business.
Yep. So backtracking, first class packages cost around $4 to $5. Priority packaging costs around $9 to $10.
Well, that's 7 to 9.
7 to 9, right? So with that being said, it's like sometimes when people come to your site and buy one shirt and they spend $8 on shipping or $9, whatever you charge, you could possibly make all your back end money with you just shipping out that $4 or $5 first class mailer, right?
Yep.
And then that extra dollars that they spending could actually be being inserted back into your business, or even taking care of the people that's actually shipping out those orders, right?
Yep.
And then we run in volume, so it's not like our shirts cost $50 where we making a boatload of money every time we sell shirts. We only selling $10 tees.
Yep.
So basically what Marlon is saying is we might have was spending an extra $1 or $2 on the shipping and not even really knowing it. And one thing that we talk about a lot is focus, right? So like we shifted our focus in so many different areas. Like we making videos every week. We got multiple businesses running at the same time. So it's not even the fact that sometimes it's not that we not doing it properly. But like you saying, like our focus is somewhere else, so we not even checking in to just double or triple or quadruple check to make sure that these things are right. And we leave that for a little minute, then we come back and we see that something not right. But it's not even the fact that it's nobody else's fault but ours, right? Because it's the business that we running. So it's like, even though, you know, you on the outside looking in, it's like, man, I want to have a multi-million-dollar business, but are you ready to have multi-million-dollar problems? Right?
Yep.
Because it's going to come. And if you're not an entrepreneur, if you're not ready to solve problems to create even more money, we always say entrepreneurs solve problems for profit. If you're not willing to be an entrepreneur, which is a person that solves problems, right, it's going to be tough for you to even scale what you got right now, because problems are going to come. And the crazy thing about it is we experience 100 times more problems of what you ever going to experience, because you got these videos that you can watch so you don't make those same mistakes.
Yep.
When we was building our brand, we didn't even have any videos that we could watch, right? So we was bumping our head. We was touching the stove and getting burned until we had to figure out, oh no, we can't touch that stove no more, right?
Yep.
So like even though it may look like we killing it, but when you killing it and you scaling and you go from shipping 1,000 packages in a day to 3,000 packages in a day, it's gonna be more problems within that, and you gotta be able to create systems. That's why systems is the thing that's gonna make you a fortune. Systems is the thing that's gonna protect your business from those costly mistakes.
That's big.
Yeah.
And I just like before we get out of here is just the next thing is gonna be realizing that you can't do it by yourself.
Can't.
I think that's one of the biggest holdbacks for a lot of upcoming brands or even brands that's doing good. Because when you just getting started, you doing it all because you really think you think that you're gonna be able to do it the best. Now when it comes to you doing it with other people, it become more of like now you have to. It's just not about you no more. Like what you could do. Now you gonna like
it's
what
a
you're
real
talking
business
about.
now.
You're gonna have to start creating systems.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to start paying people the proper way. You're gonna have to start having accounting. And sometimes that's scary. You don't want to hire people because you know that all the rest of the things that you gotta do. But you have to delegate to elevate inside of your company. And sometimes it just because we share with our students all the time, you may think that you gotta go hire a person. But sometimes it may be where you could go hire a company to do some of these things or look as a company as your team. And how I want to just break this down to y'all so y'all understand is your screen printer is a part of your team. Like whether you believe it or not, your screen printer, you should probably be taking them out to dinner. You should probably be having a weekly check-in. You should probably have some type of system that communicates from what you got going to what they got going and when it's going to be delivered. So now they are a part of your team. And then so now when you actually get a team member, it's a whole lot more easier for you. You understand what it's like to actually work with somebody. So when you first getting started, look at the other companies that you work with as team members and start to develop on what it's really going to be like to have people and working with other people inside of your company so that when you make that transition, it's a whole lot easier, because that's one of the biggest mistakes that I feel like we made. Really, we were continue to hire instead of going out and finding the businesses that specialize in the things that we needed them to do. It was all about, us getting them in and doing it, which also scares you when you I gotta teach them how to do customer service now. Dang, I gotta teach them how to make designs now or how to put it on here. But no, they actually have other companies or businesses that you could partner with that makes it just at a fraction of the cost that does the same thing. And before I just want to give y'all real examples that y'all can apply, because what I'm saying by this is like we had 5 to 6 customer service rep at our height, and we paying at that time $12 to $15 an hour. Yep. So if people working 5 to 7 hours, you could do the math on that. I think I just got the bill on the busiest that we ever had. We paid out.
It was like $2,200. I seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's for the whole month.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, dang, we just saved 100% and became more effective.
Yep. And they messaging during holiday time.
Right. So you really have to think about those things. You're going to have to let go and you're going to have to build a team, whether that's with people or with businesses, all right?
Losses turn into lessons.
Losses turn into lessons. I love that right there.
Losses turn into I got one more.
Go ahead,
lessons
what you got?
Turn into blessings. Hey, if you love it, these
that's
new
heat
videos,
right there.
hey, look, hey, we got a new setup and we coming with new information. Hey, we learned so much this year. If you watching these videos, I promise you, if you implement things that we giving you right here, right now, you're going to see results inside of your business.
Man, people, they seeing results. Man, I'm shouting out some Inner Circle men, man. Shout out to Quan. Last month, he did 40K. Shout out to Tommy. He did 10K online. Shout out to Malik. He did 30K. Shout out to Meezy. He did 10K. Hey. Shout out to my boy Everett. He did 15K last month. Hey, we are going crazy. People going crazy with this information.
Hey, Jamie is doing Kibi doing.
Oh,
they
man.
doing the
look. Actually, this is what I'm gonna do. I want us to. We're gonna make a special video. If you watching this and you made it to this part, we're gonna drop a special link in the description. That video gonna give you more information on how you could get results like all the people that we just talked about. All right.
Hey,
so
if y'all feeling this, I want y'all to drop comments, and if you want a shout out in our next video, I need you to like and I need you to comment on this. Appreciate you.
Run us up. Marlon Watts, Corner CEO, WRLDINVSN, and I'm out.